chariots. Welcome back to another pick a card reading that I have for you today. And today's reading is Will They Reach Out? First of all, I'm sorry if you can hear the noise in the background. Of course, when I'm planning to do my reading, I love the lovely lawn people always like to show up at that right moment, making it difficult to hear. So I do apologize for the background noise, but we'll try to get through it. All right. So today's reading, as I'm saying, is going to be Will They Reach Out? The person on your mind. We'll see if they're going to reach out to you or not, and give reasoning or an explanation beyond just yes or no. All right. I do have 3 piles for you today to choose from, and these cards are coming from Wisdom of the Oracle. All right. So pile 1 over here, you have the card building blocks, I should say. Okay, and it is number 28. So this is going to be your reading. Pile 2, you have All That Glitters. And this is number 16. And pile 3, you have the card Soulmates, number 41. Now, it's funny because whenever I look at that deck, well, with any deck that I use, right, I'll shuffle them. I don't cherry pick them. Whatever comes out, comes out. And then I have to laugh because these are 3 cards where I'm like, gosh, none of the other cards ever seem to, these are 3 popular cards from the deck that I see often, and yet obviously there's a meaning for them. There's a reason why they keep popping out, right? So my chariots, do what you need to do to pick your pile. If you're drawn to more than one card, that's perfectly fine. That means that there's other messages in the readings, in the other piles that you may need to hear. And if nothing's resonating with you today, if you're not connecting with my energy, if what I speak about does not make sense, or you do not understand it, or it does not fit your story, then that's perfectly fine. Just realize that, the reading's not for you. These free readings are for the collective, so many people are tapping in, checking in. So that's okay. You just have to realize it's not for you. You can move on. Check out the other readings that I have uploaded to my channel thus far, or you can go check out the other amazing tarot readers that we have out there. There's so many of them, and they each have their own unique way. All right, their individual way of how they do things. They follow their own intuition, and surely you can connect with one of them if you are not connecting with me. All right, so why don't we get started? Why don't you pick your pile, and I will see you there. Hello, pile 1. All right, you chose this card here, Building Blocks from Wisdom of the Oracle. This is going to be your reading today. We are asking Spirit, will your person reach out to you? All right, and we'll see what kind of answer we get. But before we dive in and start, let's just take that moment, that opportunity, to quiet our minds. So pile 1, if you can take in a deep breath for me. Ooh. Sorry. I'm sorry, the string caught fire and I was nervous. All right, all right, I digress. Let's settle here. All right, let's try this again. So pile 1, if you can take in a deep breath. And just go within. I am looking for my intuition to connect with yours so that I can bring you the messages that you need to hear most at this time. So I want you to say to yourself in your mind, I am connected to my higher inner power. and I trust my intuition always. All right, so we have building blocks here. We'll take a look. I'll talk about that card in a little bit. I'm going to start out though with using a pendulum. All right, I've been practicing for a while, getting to know the energy of my pendulum. I know which way it swings when I'm asking questions, but I'm going to put the yes and no cards here for you just so you can see for yourself. Um, but it's been really interesting. It's an amethyst pendulum here, and it's been very interesting getting to know the energy of my pendulum and how cool it is to ask basic questions and learn the yes and no of what's true, what's not true. You know, that's how you start out with a pendulum. Starting out with obviously uh, questions that you know the answer to, simple questions, so that you can learn the energy of how it swings and you know when it does things in between. I've seen my pendulum not want to answer questions, so we'll see if that happens today for your piles. Um, but we'll take a look. All right, so what I'm going to do first is work with the pendulum here, and then I'm going to draw the tarot cards to get more beyond that to give you a reason for why we have the answer of yes, no, or, um, you know, it could even be, you know, we don't know because sometimes spirit chooses not to answer a question. All right. So let's take a look. So for pile one, will pile one's person spirit reach out to them? All right. Will pile one's person reach out to them? And we just have to be patient. Okay, so I am getting a yes here as the energy, I feel the energy picking up within the pendulum. So it is swinging towards the yes for me. So uh, we have a possible, you know, we have a yes here, but let me, a yes right off the bat, I should say. But let's dive into tarot and then see what else we can get. Okay. But the pendulum is saying yes, that your person is going to reach out. So let me draw some cards and see what else we can get in regards to what I'm feeling from the energy of the pendulum and this card here, you know, the building blocks. Obviously, that's what it is, right? I almost feel like your person is working on the courage to build themselves up to the point that they will be able to reach out to you. Okay. So they're working on it. That's the energy that's coming through for me. Now that's number 28, that card, which is the Wheel of Fortune, which is about fate and it's about destiny. All right. So I do feel that your person's destined at some point to contact you, but they're working on it. They're trying to build themselves up. And let's see what else Tarot has to say. So for pile one, ooh, the Devil, the Page of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords, the Two of Wands, and the Seven of Wands. Okay. So this is interesting. You know, I feel like with the Page of Pentacles here, yeah, your person wants to work up. They want to do something. I feel like it's this Page of Pentacle energy. That's not huge, right? But it's like I always look that as extending the olive branch is the energy that I describe when it comes to the Page of Pentacles. This coin that this page holds in their hand, they want to create something from this, okay? I often call this guy the mini magician, so he doesn't have the superpowers that the magician has, but he wants to do something. So I feel like your person, they're holding on to wanting to move towards you in some way. I do feel also that this is a long distance type of communication with the Two of Wands here. So I feel for many of you, you don't live anywhere close with this globe here, the Two of Wands. This is someone I feel like your person thinks about you often. All right. And they do think about contacting you and what would happen if they would. All right. And yet they feel defensive about that with the Seven of Wands right aside of it. I feel that if they were to contact you. And that's why I feel they're working on this. They're building up that momentum because I feel like there's a defensiveness that they feel because they don't know how you are going to react. And yet at the same time, there's this, well, if they contact you, what adversities, what challenges would have to be worked through anyway? I do feel for this group there was a very painful ending between the two of you with this Ten of Swords here in the middle that both of you experienced. Okay, that's important to note that it's not just one-sided. And the past energy is showing me this Devil energy. So I do feel that something here between the two of you was unhealthy, or um, there's just a sense of strain from the two of you connecting, even from the very beginning, in this past energy. Um, I also have this feeling that your person, there's some sort of obsession here when it comes to this connection for both of you in some way. Each one of you may be handling it in a different way, but I do feel like there's something sort of unhealthy here that your person has been dealing with. And again, it could explain this building blocks. They're trying to build themselves up. Well, I also feel like they're trying to work on themselves as well. Let me get more cards here to clarify. The Seven of Cups. Ooh, the Queen of Swords. Yes. And the Four of Cups. The Eight of Swords. And there's the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, interesting. On the bottom of the deck, ooh, the two. So see, the Two of Pentacles is here, which I find interesting because um, your person teeters back and forth. We got the yes from the pendulum energy, and yet I feel when it comes to their emotions, they struggle. They're very wishy-washy as far as if they were to contact you, would it be the right thing? There's a struggle here. I do feel with the Four of Cups here clarifying this Ten of Swords that they're just not happy and satisfied with the way things are, the way things turned out between the two of you. And they struggle in trying to find an answer on a solution, I should say. They don't know what the solution is for the two of you, and you may not know that either. Um, But I can tell that they do think about you a lot. And with this Eight of Swords here, clarifying the Two of Wands, explaining, this devil energy, this Capricorn energy that's here. And yet there's something very fated in regards to the connection that the two of you have with one another. You know, I do feel that you two were meant to connect. Um, y- Whether connections last or not, I always believe that they're meant to be. There's a reason why a person enters your life. And even though it can be hard and painful for you because it didn't end or result in the way that you want it to, I do believe in fate and destiny. Certain people collide with you for a reason. All right. And I do feel like your person has something that they want to say to you with the Queen of Swords here, clarifying this Page of Pentacles, because the Queen of Swords is my go-to card for when a heart-to-heart, honest communication is needed. So I feel that, this is Libra energy, and she's actually pointing in the direction of this Four of Cups, showing me where your person feels very, um, there's a lot of, I don't know, apathy with your person right now. They're just frustrated. They're not happy. Um, they're not happy with a lot of things, and I feel like this is a personal struggle for them. And this is why this building blocks card is here, because they're trying, I feel their hardest to build themselves in some way. And yet they're still struggling. Okay. It's still a struggle here with this Two of Pentacles. There's something that is very emotional within them that they hold within them. It's like an emotional roller coaster. Um, and because of that, because they're not in balance, because they don't have that equilibrium, it's very, up and down. And I feel that's why there could be time that has passed since your person has contacted you, because they're on this roller coaster of 1 minute they feel like they're going to, and then the next minute they back away. Um, I, I feel like they have to work on themselves as far as what they feel within them before they actually step up and step forward. But I feel with this Queen of Swords here, they realize that there's something that they need to say to you. So I do feel like they will reach out to you at some point. I feel with the Wheel of Fortune here, though, there's timing involved, so it's not going to happen tomorrow. But I do feel that you are going to hear from your person, and it could be even at a time where you least expect it. All right. So this isn't a reading where I'm telling you to wait for this person, while you waste time and energy in your own present moment, your own 3D material world. That's not what this message is about. There is just this energy here that I feel like, yes, when the time is right, your person is going to reach out, because I do feel that there's things that need to be said to you. But as of right now, they need to gain that courage. All right. So before I close out the reading, let's do messages from your person. Now, look, I just purchased this deck recently. This is the Hidden Truth version 2, Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine edition. So let's go with this one and see what messages pile one's person has for them at this time. And then we'll close out with some oracle cards. These are slippery. Ooh. I can be myself with you. I am not over you. And I feel that. Oh, I watch your social media. Interesting, right? And then look at this. I don't want to know. There's a fear here. There's a fear that your person, they don't know. They don't know. It's almost, and that could be a lack of, self-esteem that they're dealing with, that there's this, it's that fear of rejection. They're afraid that if they reach out to you, you are not going to respond the way that they would like. They literally don't know um, how you would react. And look, on the bottom of the deck here we have I hide my feelings. Okay. So let's see, what do I want to do here? Okay, I'll do one from Moonology, but I will also do my Divine Dog because I love these puppies and they give good messages. So for pile one, what else? What's being called for here at this time in regards to this situation between pile one and their person, Spirit? Look, fear. Face the fear. Yes, face the fear. They're trying to face the fear, right? That's just confirmation because I felt that from the very beginning. And what else? This one here. Forgiveness. Set yourself free. I feel, yes, see, there's this fear here that they don't think you would forgive them for either the way they behaved, the way they acted, the way they didn't react, when it was necessary. And then let's get one more. Cooperation. Better together. All right. Um, and there's this feeling here, bottom of the deck is playfulness. I do feel that, your person very much misses this with you. All right, just for fun. I feel that the two of you, I can be myself with you. There's this energy coming through that your person, may have had that, they may have some type of personality where they're quirky, or they're just unique in their own way. And they were at ease, like they felt like they could be themselves when they were connecting with you, okay, when they were with you. Same with this cooperation, better together. I feel like they really see you as that person that would be a good companion to them, uh, and they felt that. They felt that as well. All right, so let's close out with one from Moonology. Moonology Oracle. What is the advice here, Spirit? Look, nothing will come of this situation. I hate this card. Um, you know, and don't worry. To me, it's the energy of, your person. It's the fear that's coming through, right? Here on the bottom of the deck, a personal issue reaches a resolution. So, I feel that there's a fear here. And it's the energy actually of your person. They have this like rejection fear that's coming through that again, if they were to reach out to you, that there's this feeling like nothing would come of it. Okay. There's this fear that you wouldn't respond or you wouldn't give them the response that they're looking for. Right. So don't see this as they feel that, nothing would come of this situation. It's the energy within the reading that I'm feeling that they feel that if they were to reach out to you, you know, they might not get the response. So because of that, they're really working on building up the courage to do so. All right, pile one. So I'm going to leave the reading here. I hope it resonated with you. Let me know in the comment section if it did. I hope you enjoyed my pendulum energy today. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again at the next reading. Bye. Hello, pile two. All right, you chose here the card of all that glitters. This is number 16, and today's reading is Will Your Person Reach Out? So we will take a look and see what kind of answers we can get. But before we do that, let's just take that moment to quiet our minds and go within. All right, so pile two, if you can take in a deep breath for me at this time. And just be still. I am looking for my intuition to connect with yours so that I can bring you the messages that you need to hear most today. So I want you to say to yourself in your mind, I am connected to my higher inner power. And I trust that my highest good is unfolding. Right? So we'll take a look at this card in a few moments when I do tarot. What I'm going to start out with is my pendulum. All right, I've been working with pendulum energy, and I know the way the energy flows for yes, nos for me, but I'm going to put the cards here just so you can see, have a little bit better idea of the way the pendulum is answering. And I can tell you sometimes spirit is stubborn and won't answer the question. So I've seen that as well. So let's see what comes through for your situation, pile two. All right. We are asking spirit if your person is going to reach out to you. And I'm just going to give it a few moments to make sure that okay, so this energy for me is flowing in the yes direction. All right, but obviously, I'm going to pull tarot and we'll take a look and we'll see what's going on. Okay, so you also have this card here, the All That Glitters. Okay, number 16. So what I am feeling in the energy of this reading is that masks need to come off. All right. Masks need to come off. I feel that there's something, um, hmm, you need to understand the real you. That's the feeling that's coming through, meaning each of you need to be the true form, the true version of yourselves. I feel that uh, both of you in this connection have been hiding, you've been hiding behind the masks, is the easiest way to put it, and the masks need to come off. This is number 16, which represents the tower. So let's see what comes through here. So there's heartache, Three of Swords. Ooh, here's the Queen, and the Queen of Swords came out in pile one. So that is interesting being that the pendulum swings, yes, I feel like there's this energy of, you know, again, there needs to be some sort of heart-to-heart conversation. I don't feel that both parties have been truthful with one another, and you may deny that within yourself, but I just feel that there's something here where both of you need to be honest. You have the Hanged Man and the World. All right. I do feel this is a long distance, obviously, will they reach out, but this is a no contact situation. It's long distance. For some of you, this may even be an online connection from what I'm feeling. I do feel that truth is needed here. Something about truth. This is Queen of Swords. This is Libra energy, and she's pointing in this direction of I feel that your person definitely thinks about you, that you're in their thoughts. But I do feel that you're worlds away from this person, like you're not close to them in any way. And because of that, it makes things difficult. It complicates things greatly. Um, and it could just be the honesty of that discussion as well. Aside from emotions and feelings, just the logistics of trying to be physically near one another may be impossible. That's what I'm feeling right now. And you know, sometimes there's this wishful thinking that you would love to be able to be closer, but it doesn't seem like that, there's a chance for that there's an opportunity here. So because of that, the Hanged Man is here where I feel like both you and your person need to look at things from a higher perspective. And I feel that your person recognizes that. And yet there's still a discussion that needs to be had. All right. So I do feel like there's this understanding that the two of you cannot be together at this moment in time, but there's still some sort of heartache or pain that warrants communication or a heart-to-heart talk. What I'm hearing is that the air needs to be cleared. Okay, between the both of you, something here has gotten in the way, and it needs truth, it needs clarity, it needs honesty. So let's see what else I can get. The Page of Wands. Okay, pile 2, you may want to go back and take a look at pile 1 as well. Okay, just to put that out there. And the Six of Cups is here. And the King of Pentacles is here. The Ace of Swords. And the Two of Swords. And look at this. Yeah, pile 2, I think there's a link here between you and pile 1, Wheel of Fortune. A lot of these cards showed up in pile 1. What I am feeling with this group, though, I do feel that your person, has something going on that they need to take care of that keeps them where they're at, because we're talking, there's a strong energy here regarding the geographical location between the two of you and the energy that I'm connecting with. And there's this energy that's sort of coming through, like your person was kind of, oh, how do I say this kindly? You know that saying, they want the cake and they want to eat it too, right? If you've heard that saying, this is, I feel, sort of like how it kind of started out with your person. I don't feel like this person was, their true intention was ever anything serious. And I don't think they looked at it like that because, again, I do feel for a lot of you, it was sort of this like online connection. However, we have the Six of Cups here clarifying this Queen of Swords. And what I feel is, there was sort of an innocence here, like your person wasn't intending anything serious to happen. This could have been something that was very lighthearted because your person realizes the responsibilities that they have in their life right now at this moment. And you may have even recognized and believed that as well. But then what happens, right? Look what happens. Emotional connections occur. I do feel, there is this feeling that a soulmate energy developed. We have the Wheel of Fortune here. Same thing that I said for pile one. We're talking about fate and destiny. And I'll tell you the same thing, that I do feel that people are meant to connect with one another. No connection just happens. However, I think what the complicated or unfortunate part is that just because those people connect with us doesn't mean that we're going to get the outcomes that we wish or that we want or that we're hoping for. All right. Um, there's something here though that I feel there's something here though that the two of you, especially energy coming from your person, you're not seeing. It's kind of like um, your person's not making a decision about something. Like they sort of have their head buried in the sand. And I do feel that clarity is needed in this case. Again, there's something heavily coming through with needing truth, having to be honest. It could just be this type of connection where you perhaps did not know that your person sort of has something going on that they need to take care of, that they need to support, that they need to oversee, keep secure, keep safe. I feel like this might have started from just passion or online attraction, something to that nature. And then it took a spin because what happens is then the emotional connection develops, right? For some, it's easy to if I could get the word out, compartmentalize that. People sometimes are easy at having compartments, and then others are not. And I feel like this is a case where, your person sort of had you in that compartment. All right. Um, I do feel that what I'm feeling from the energy is of the card is your person recognizes and realizes that they need to reach out to you, which may be the energy of the pendulum saying yes. I feel like there's absolutely something here that needs to be discussed. And that's why I'm saying go back to pile one, because I do feel that they're strongly linked. However, I feel that this Two of Swords, there's an indecision here. So I feel like your person's struggling with um, being able to contact you. All right. Um, I feel with your person, and this is very similar to pile one. Um, there's a fear here about your person removing the mask that's needed. And again, I feel with the two masks here, it's not just one-sided. So I do feel like you have, um, you need to be honest about some things as well. And I don't say that in a way that you're hiding things. What I'm saying is being true to yourself. Like there is this conversation that needs to occur between the both of you. Um, to gain clarity, to gain a better understanding of what actually happened here between the two of you. Um, I think what I'm feeling is a doubt, which is very similar to pile one, that anything, if they do contact you, there's doubt here that any good would come from it. All right, that's what I'm feeling. Because I feel that your person recognizes that they did hurt you, pile two, and I don't feel that it's hard. I don't feel it was their intention to hurt you. Like, this is not a malicious person that I feel that just doesn't care about anyone or anything and is just out. I don't feel the energy that that is what this person's about. I feel like this person, again, has a very easy time in keeping certain compartments within their life, and they truly believe in these compartments. So meaning, here's my 3D world, here's what's going on in my present, but then I have sort of like this online world, and that's okay too, if that makes sense. And then what happens is though I do feel that there were a lot of heart to heart talk conversations that occurred between the two of you, with the Three of Swords here right aside of the Queen of Swords, leading to an emotional connection. And when that emotional connection occurs, it does change everything. It changes views. And I feel like this person then had a reality check and realized, like, oops, like, I didn't mean for this to happen. Now what am I supposed to do? All right. And now they're stuck in this place of where they know that they need to reach out to you and be honest in order to really have that chance at a new beginning of being, having that clarity and seeing this situation for what it is with this hangman here, um, seeing things from a greater perspective than, just being narrow-minded and thinking, sort of having that tunnel vision of the way things you thought were going to turn out, but they didn't. All right, so I feel like that talk is needed. Your person definitely knows that they need to reach out to you. Um, but I'm still feeling this indecision because um, there's still an energy coming through almost as, well, what good will it do? Because there is no way that we can be together at this time. So what is even the purpose or the point if I were to open that Pandora's box? Okay. So I do feel that the pendulum swung yes, because I feel the energy is very strong that your person needs to contact you. It's the right thing to do. And yet I still feel some strong energy here that there's a hesitancy. So I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't. But let's get some messages and see if anything else comes through. Like I said, we have the Wheel of Fortune here on the bottom. And here's the Seven of Wands. So again, go back and watch pile one if you get the chance. That may give more answers for you. I think this person needs to really recognize sort of their parts in what went wrong here, and that it's kind of like swallowing that pride and just taking the plunge and being able to step up and do the right thing. So let's see here. What messages? This is Hidden Truth version 2, the Divine Masculine Feminine Edition. I want you back. I am not over you. Yeah, definitely go back and watch pile one. I don't know what you want. I feel like I'm doing the same, a very similar reading, with just maybe a few differences. I think the strong difference between this and pile one, there's definitely this energy of geography being in the way of this connection. Will you ever make things right on the bottom of the deck? I don't know what comes next. Okay, so let's close out. I'm going to do this and this. So from the Divine Dog, what else is it that we need to know, Spirit, about this connection at this time? Joy, find your bliss. Listening, pay close attention. Did you feel like your person is watching you from afar? They're keeping an eye on you in some way? Anger. Feel the heat and then turn it down. All right. So on the bottom of the deck, what do we have? Cooperation, better together. So, I feel, I almost feel like Spirit wants you, Pile Two, to, um, first of all, release the anger because I feel like there is some frustration coming through here from the way things turned out, the way your person's handling the situation, so the way you feel about it. Um, I do feel like you need to sort of pay attention closer to the reality of this situation and you know, what truly is complicating things that it's almost I feel this energy of like you need to pull your head sort of out of the sand as well and see the situation for what it is and focus on your own joy, right? And finding your bliss at this time. um I feel like that's something you've kind of forgotten about. All right, you've kind of um let go, and spirit's asking you to circle back and turn inward, focus inward on yourself, and try to release some of this anger and resentment that you're carrying with you. So I'm closing out with a card from Moonology and see what else comes through. Wow, the answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. So I almost feel like, the answers you need are coming, listening. Spirit's trying to get your attention. So just be aware of that. Be aware of the signs, the synchronicities, the symbols that you see. I feel like they're trying to point something out to you. And look, if your person does follow through here and they're able to gain more clarity and reach out and give you that conversation that is needed, just remember to listen, right? By paying close attention, listening to the other person's side without, you know, turning anger or any type of, energy that would just fuel the situation. Okay. And not to wait for your person. If they reach out, they're meant to. All right. Just realize that. And during this time, focus on your own joy. All right. I can't stress that enough, that you need to be focusing on your own life. You need to be looking inward and living in this present moment, if you expect any of these changes, if you continue to stay in that negative energy and sit there, I guarantee you your person will not reach out. All right. So you need to go forward and make those changes within you if you are going to manifest or have this person come forward and give you that conversation that I know that you're looking for. All right. So I'm going to end the reading here, pile 2. I hope it resonated with you. Let me know in the comments if it did, and I will see you again at the next reading. Bye. Hello, pile 3. Okay, welcome to your reading. You chose this card here, the Soulmates card, number 41 from Wisdom of the Oracle. We're asking Spirit today, will your person reach out? All right. So before we get started, though, let's just take that moment to focus and go within. So pile 3, if you can take in a deep breath. And just be still. I'm looking for my intuition to connect with yours so that I can bring you the messages that you need to hear most at this time. So I want you to say to yourself in your mind, I am connected to my higher inner power. And I trust the guidance that my third eye gives to me. Right. So pile 3. I'm going to put this card off here, and we'll talk about that card in a little bit. And I'm going to start off with my pendulum. As I told pile 1 and pile 2, I've been working with this energy. I know which way it flows when it comes to yes and no, but I have the cards here just so you can see that for yourself. I'm learning that when Spirit wants to be strong with my pendulum energy, they certainly could. When it wants to be subtle, it can. And sometimes it'll be flat out stubborn and not want to answer a question at all. So we're going to see what comes through for you today. All right. But then we're going to go through with the reading anyway so that I can give more information. All right. So let's take a look, pile 3. We're asking Spirit, pile 3, will pile 3's person reach out to them? And you're just going to give me a little bit of time here until I see how the energy starts flowing. And now it's picking up. And as you can see, I'm getting a no. All right. Very interesting. And you can check out the energy of the other readings if you want to see how the pendulum flew, how it, and I'm getting it's really moving for me now. So let's take a look and see why not. Now, you chose the soulmate card. So it's definitely that, your person feels that, you hold there's a key here. Okay, there's a key that represents a key to the lock, you know, of someone's heart. And I do feel that your person has felt that, like either you hold the key to unlock their heart, or they hold the key for you, or it's a little bit of both. Um, there's an energy that's actually coming through right now that is of admiration. All right. Regardless of the situation and what has happened, there's this feeling that your person just has this general sense of love and admiration despite whatever conflict has occurred, because we are talking about 41 here and reduces to 5. All right. And 5 is all about change and it's about conflict. All right. It could be about chaos. So there definitely could have been some conflict or chaos that has occurred here, which is keeping your person from being able to contact you at this time. But let's see what comes through in tarot. So we have the Ace of Swords. Oh, wow, the Four of Wands. And here she is again. So she's showing up. She showed up in all 3 readings today. Very interesting. That's the Queen of Swords. And here's the Three of Swords. There's heartache here. And the King of Pentacles. Interesting. He showed up in pile 2. The Two of Wands. I feel, let me just see. Ten of Pentacles. The Queen of Cups. The Ace of Cups. And wow, and the Queen of Pentacles. This is interesting. 8 of Wands is on the bottom of the deck. What I'm feeling strongly, pile 3, is your person is choosing not to reach out to you because I feel that you are already part of a family and they do not want to they don't want to mess with that. They don't want to interfere with that. All right. You may even be a mother. Okay. And you may have children and you may have a spouse. Okay. And even though I feel with the soulmate card, the 1111, the twin flame card, um, and the Ace of Swords, like your person has complete clarity in the fact that they know that you are their person. And it's heartbreaking that they do not have this opportunity at this time to experience this new love with you, because I feel that there's already, long-term partnerships that are in place with the King and the Queen of Pentacles here. All right. And the Queen of Swords is here showing the heart to heart, like the reality of the situation is that your person is not reaching out to you because they don't care. I feel that it's almost like heartbreaking for them that they feel that they can't reach out to you. But there's this energy coming through that you're a very compassionate, loving person, and um, they do not want to mess up. They just do not want to interfere, okay, with what you have going on and what you are responsible for, you know. It's definitely coming through that you're a nurturing, compassionate person, that have people that has people in their life that they care for, and they want you to see that through. Okay. Um, the Two of Wands is here again. That card came out in every reading, so I feel like, you know, it's just a reminder that your person's thinking of you from afar. That's what's coming through, that they often think about you. I feel like they often think about this possibility of what it's like, what it would be like to actually experience this celebration, this union with you. Okay, the Four of Wands, the 1111 card, the Twin Flame card, if you're looking for confirmation of that, with the Soulmate card. So it's almost like that double confirmation that your person knows who you are, they know how they feel for you, and yet um, they feel that they've made that choice, that they will not interfere because they realize the chaos and the conflict. It would basically turn your world upside down. That's the feeling that they have. So because of that, even though um and I feel that they do wish that they were able to tell you that, you know, because with the Queen of Swords here pointing towards the Three of Swords, I feel that your person wishes that they could tell you that it's not easy for them and that there's a lot of pain that they carry within them, and they are trying to move on with their life as much as they want you to move on with yours. But it's still very difficult for them. All right. It's still very hard. I feel that both of you have a lot of responsibilities, wherever you're at, that you need to take care of, and things are just complicated at this moment. So it's not like you can just pick up and walk away and leave things and just like completely start a new life. But I feel like the opportunity for explanation wasn't there. You know, it wasn't given. It's mostly, you know, like I feel like your person either had to walk away in silence and not look back, or um, they've ghosted you in some way, or they're not responding to you in some way, which leaves you feeling brokenhearted yourself. But in reality, I feel like the energy that's coming through is that their hands are tied, and the best thing that they can do is not reach out to you. All right. So it has nothing to do with the feelings and the emotions that they have for you. Um, it's everything else that is going on in this human experience right now, in this material world, you know, in the here and now, in this present moment. I feel with the 1111 and the soulmate card, definitely there's an energy, there's an energetic connection that exists beyond 3D, and that's what makes this very difficult. Okay, because you two have this connection that you feel with one another despite what you're dealing with every day. Okay, despite your daily routine, your tasks, who you're taking care of, what you're responsible for, what bills you have to pay, you know, I can go on and on. That's aside from the fact. So, you know, and the Eight of Wands shows me that, you know, there's this feeling here that your person wishes they could just show up on your doorstep, right? And have this communication that they know it is that you need, and yet they're choosing not to do that. So, if there's anything that I can say in regards to make you feel better, pile three, it's not that your person truly does not care about you. Actually, out of the three piles, this is the emotion that I feel the most, okay? the energy of someone deeply caring for you to the point that they feel that they need to let you go. And if you're meant to be in time, that will happen regardless of the way things seem now. It's almost like believing, moving forward, trusting and believing in the universe, believing in miracles and magic, as hokey as that sounds, with the realization of if something's meant to be, something is meant to be. All right, so let me get messages from your person and see what else comes out. At this time, I'm using, this is a new deck. This is the Hidden Truth version 2, and it's the Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine edition. And what's funny in this reading, like this, there's a lot of compassion and nostalgia that sits here. Okay, a lot of nostalgia. Um, a very sweet energy of understanding one another. Um, what I kind of not chuckle about or laugh, but the energy that I feel from this is just understanding. And then someone will pick this pile and then leave a comment about how like nasty or how upset they feel or how angry, and this person, no way. Well, then to me that's not your reading. You know what I mean? Like there's an energy that's flowing here that is, this is how it is, this is how, why I've made the decision, why I can't do this. It's very flowing as the energy's coming through and the messages I'm hearing. But then sometimes people will pick a reading and then they try to again force their story sort of into that situation, because, for example, maybe you feel like you're soulmates with your person and you picked this card, but there's all this anger and there's all this fighting and there's all this, um, nasty energy. And I'll be, directing the reading towards, no, that's not the energy that I'm picking up on. There's a heartache and a pain here, but this person has made the decision to not contact you because they don't want to see your life unravel at this time. And, I'll oftentimes see people again try to fit the story. So just keep that in mind. If you don't feel this energy of the way it's flowing peacefully, then I don't think this reading's for you. Go take a look at pile 1 or 2. But let's see what messages come through. I miss hearing your voice. Okay. I watch your social media. I need security. I don't know what you want. All right. And on the bottom of the deck, look at that. I admire you. Oh my gosh. And that's exactly what I felt from the very moment that I started this reading. That's the energy that was pouring through. There's just admiration and respect that the two of you have for one another, despite the way things unraveled. And even though I feel that there's hurt here and there is pain, okay, and there is, wishing things could be different and wishing that there was an opportunity to be able to experience this love and this journey with you, there's still a lot of admiration here, that your person has for you, despite them not reaching out and telling you that. Duke. So, before I close out, let's get the divine puppies here and see what it is Spirit for pile 3. What else do we need to focus on, or what do we need to know here in regards to this connection between pile 3 and their person? Okay. Anger. Wow, feel the heat and then turn it down. That came through in pile 2. Now, I don't feel that energy, so hold on here. Let me just get the other cards out. Accountability. Wow, clean up your mess. Imagination, get the big picture. This is interesting. Actually, what I'm feeling with these cards, the anger, the accountability, and the imagination. And harmony is here. Get on key. Um, I'm feeling, what I'm actually picking up on is the energy of your person, and I feel that there's an anger here with themselves, okay, for not being able to, it says here, clean up your mess, but I feel like there's an anger here within your person because they feel that they can't contact you, okay? And I know everyone has a choice, but in their hearts, they feel that they can't, that that's the best decision. Um, so they do hold some anger towards themselves because, um, and I'm hearing, excuse my language, but well, no, I don't feel like saying it, but they just feel like a coward. Okay. How about I put it in that way? Um, that they can't just own up and even give you sort of, I feel, this conversation with the Queen of Swords that's needed. Um, and there's an imagination here when I hear get the big picture. That's really, them not giving up. It's almost like they feel within their heart and soul that they will connect with you um, at another time when they're able to, when there wouldn't be chaos and conflict, okay? When there can be harmony or peace, and it won't sort of destroy other people. The big thing that I'm feeling is that, your person's actually making the choice for all that are involved. And I feel that that's hard on you, pile 3, because you feel like you should be the primary, right? You were hoping that you would be their primary. And I feel like when it comes to what's in their heart, you are, but they also know the reality of the situation and why they've made that choice not to. Ooh. All right, so let's see what Moonology card. When things flow, I just have to say what is there. And I just had one of those moments where I felt I couldn't stop. Look, communication is key. New moon in Gemini. Um, and this Gemini, and look, I feel almost the twins here. So, I'm feeling this twin energy. Communication is key. It's almost like I want to hear, um, not I want to hear. What I'm hearing is that there's a telepathy, so at this time, communication is key for you, pile 3, in the ways that are available to you. So know that at this time, this person cannot physically reach out to you, no matter how much you want them to, no matter how much they want to. But yet, I feel that the two of you definitely have something that you communicate between each other energetically. And you need to know that it's real and you feel that, and you need to be aware that your person feels that as well, and that they embrace that in order to get through some of their days. All right? Okay, so I'm going to leave the reading there, pile three. Let me know if it resonated with you. Um, Thank you for watching, and I will see you again at the next reading. Okay, bye.